Welcome back to Storytime with Kate Meszaros. In today's video, we're going to continue our story. Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed. And in this video, we're going to be reading chapters 4, 5, and 6. So if it gets a little long for you, just hit pause and come back to it when you're ready. So when we last were reading, Grandma Helen Miller was trying to tell Junie B. Jones there was no such thing as monsters under her bed. She didn't really believe it. So chapter 4 is called Spooky and Scary. Pretty soon, Mother came home from work. I zoomed to her speedy quick and handed her the broom. Mother, come on, let's go get that monster, I hollered. Mother turned her head real slow and she looked at Grandma Miller. Grandma Miller sucked in her cheeks. A monster, she said kind of quiet, under the bed. We've been waiting for you to come home so you can bash its head in. I tugged on her sweater. Plus tell her about the drool, Grandma, I said. But Grandma headed out the door, and she said the words, I'm out of here. I pulled on Mother's arm. Come on, Mother. The monster's really real, 'cause Polly Allen Puffer told me everybody has a monster under the bed. Plus that Grace said that it can turn invisible, so that's how come we never saw that guy before. Mother sat down at the kitchen table, and she lifted me in her lap. And then she said that Polly Allen Puffer was just trying to scare me. Plus that Grace didn't know what she was talking about. There is no monster under your bed, Junie B. I promise you. Monsters are not real, she said. Oh, yes, they are. They are too real, 'cause Polly Allen Puffer's brother even said so, and he is in the 7th grade. And he said that monsters crawl on your bed and they fit your head in their mouth. And so that is where the drool comes from, 'cause I am not even a baby. Just then I heard the door open. It was my daddy, and he was home from work too. Daddy, there's a monster under my bed. Only you said monsters weren't real, but they really, really are. I pulled on his arm. Come on, Daddy, let's get him. Mother looked at Daddy a real long time. And then they went in the hall and did a whispering. Pretty soon, Daddy came back to me. He said we would look for the monster after dinner, but first we would cook some hamburgers on the grill. Oh boy, I said, oh boy, because hamburgers are my favorite things in the whole wide world. Plus, also, I like biscotti and meatballs. After that, me and Daddy went outside. He got the flipper for the hamburgers, and then he gave me a flipper too, because I am old enough, that's why. I runned all over with that thing. I flipped a rock and a flower and a dirt ball. Plus also I flipped a dead lizard I found in the driveway. And then Mother took my flipper away. That poor lizard. Poor thing. I wonder where they lived to have a little tiny lizard in the driveway. I just got back from a vacation where there was a lizard when I went on my last hike. I found a little teeny tiny little lizard crawling all over the sidewalk. It was kind of cute. After dinner, I took my bath. Then Mother and Daddy read me a story and they hugged me good night. See you in the morning, said Mother. See you in the morning, said Daddy. I sat up in my bed. Yeah, only I can't even sleep in here 'cause you guys didn't bash that monster yet. Daddy rubbed his tired eyes. There's no monster, Junie B. There is nothing to be afraid of, he said. And then he kissed me and he went out of my room and Mother went with him. I got out of bed and followed those two. They turned around and spotted me. Hello, how are you today? I said, very pleasant. I'm going to sit in the kitchen and not bother anyone. Plus also, I might watch Eyewitness News at 10. Mother carried me back to bed. I followed her out again. Want to bake a lemon pie? A lemon pie would be fun, don't you think? I asked. This time, Mother marched me back to my room real fast. Do not get up again, Junie B, she said. Enough is enough. I waited for her feet to walk away, and then I tippy-toed to my brother's room, and I climbed into his crib. It was very crowded in there. That's how come I had to get out and put baby Ollie on the floor. And then I climbed in his crib again, and I pulled up the blanket all warm and cozy. Only too bad for me, 'cause then that crybaby baby started to scream. Daddy runned into the room speedy quick. Turned on the light and saw me. I did a gulp. Hello, how are you today? I said, kind of nervous. I am all warm and cozy. Daddy quick swished me out of there and put baby Ollie back in the crib. He took me to my room again. Okay, this is it, he grouched. This is the last time I want to have to come in here. Do you understand, Missy? Do not get out of this bed one more time. I started to cry a teeny bit. Yeah, only what about the monster? I said, because he is still under my bed, I think. Daddy throwed his hands in the air, and then he turned on my light, and he looked for that monster all over the place. First, he looked under my bed, and then he looked in my closet, and in my drawers, and in my trash can. Plus, also, he looked in my crayon box. Here he is looking all over the place. Do you think he'll find a monster? Yeah. No monster, he said. No monster anywhere. You are going to have to believe me. Monsters are not real. He sat down on my bed. I am going to go now, he said. I'm going to leave your door open and I'm going to leave the hall light on. But this is it, okay? You have to trust me, Junie B. There is no monster under your bed. I holded onto his shirt. Yeah, only tuck in my sheets, okay? Tuck them in real tight or else my feet might hang over the side and piggy toes look just like little wiener sausages. Daddy tucked in my sheets. There. Now good night. Yeah, only get my teddy, okay, Daddy? Plus also get my Raggedy Ann named Ruth and my Raggedy Andy named Larry and get my stuffed elephant named Philip Johnny Bob. Daddy got all those guys for me. He tucked them in my bed. There, he said. That's it. Now good night, he said. He walked right out of my room and he kept on going down the hall. I looked all around in the dark. It was spooky and scary in there. Philip Johnny Bob wants a drink of water, I shouted out real loud. I waited and waited. Yeah, only he really needs one on account of he's having a problem with his trunk. Daddy didn't come. Raggedy Ruth needs a Kleenex, I yelled next. After that, my voice got quieter. Raggedy Larry wants a cookie, I said. But Daddy still didn't come. So let's go on to chapter 5, my worstest night ever. It was my worstest night ever. I didn't sleep any winks. That's because I had to keep my eyes open or the monster wouldn't stay invisible. I heard Mother and Daddy go to bed. Good night, everybody. Good night. It's me. It's Junie B. Jones. I'm still awake in here because I can't even close my eyes or the monster will come. Mother and Daddy didn't yell back. Plus, here's another thing I need to tell you. Don't turn off the hall light. Plus, don't shut my door. Plus, don't shut your door either. Go to sleep, crouched Mother. I smiled, very relieved. It was good to hear your voice, I said, kind of quiet. After that, Mother and Daddy got in bed and they turned out their light. Daddy started to snore. Oh no, I said. Now he won't even be awake to save me if the monster comes. I pulled Philip Johnny Bob out of my covers. I will save you, he said. I will squirt water in the monster's face. Plus, I will stomple him with my giant elephant feet. And so now you can close your eyes and you don't even have to worry about that guy. I looked and looked at him. Yeah, only here's the problem, I said. You're not actually strong because you just have fluffy in you. Plus, also, you can't really squirt water. And so who am I kidding here? Philip Johnny Bob stared at me a real long time. And then he went back under the covers. All of a sudden, I heard feet in the hall. It was monster feet, I think. They kept getting closer, closer to me. And pretty soon they run right in my room. And guess what? It was my dog Tickle, that's what. Tickle, Tickle, I am so glad to see you, because now you can protect me from the monster. And so why didn't I think of this before? I pulled back my covers and patted for him to jump up. Here, Tickle, you can sleep right on my pillow, because Mother won't even find out about this. Tickle springed right up there, and he runned all around on my bed. He put his head under my sheets and run down to my feet. No, Tickle, no, no, you have to come back up here, or else how will you even protect me? There's Tickle at the foot of her bed. Forgot about Tickle. Did you forget about Tickle? I did. I'm glad he came in there. I pulled him back up. He put his paws on Raggedy Larry and chewed his red hair. No, Tickle, no, no, I said. Just then, Tickle springed over me, and he landed on my elephant named Philip Johnny Bob. He holded him by his trunk and shake that guy all around. I saved Philip Johnny Bob just in time. And then I pushed Tickle off my bed, and he runned out of my room. Philip Johnny Bob was very upset. I petted his trunk. Also, I hugged Raggedy Larry. Only too bad for me, because just then Raggedy Ruth fell right out of my bed on account of the dumb bunny sheets weren't tucked in anymore. And me and Raggedy Larry peeked over the side at her. Get her, said Raggedy Larry. Yeah, only I can't get her, I said, real upset, or else the monster will grab my hand and pull me right under the bed. I thought about what to do, and then all of a sudden I picked up all my friends in my arms. We have to make a run for it, I told them. We have to sleep with Mother and Daddy tonight, because we will be safe with them. Plus, they won't even know we're there probably, because their bed is the size of a king. I stood on the side of my bed, and then I jumped way out to the middle of the floor, and I quick picked up Raggedy Ruth, and I ran to Mother and Daddy's room. They were sleeping and snoring. Shh, I said to Raggedy Larry. Shh, I said to Philip Johnny Bob. Then all of us crawled down the middle of their bed, and we sneaked under their covers. Only too bad for me, because Mother rolled right over on Philip Johnny Bob's trunk, and it waked her right up. She turned on the light. I did a gulp. Hello, how are you today? Me and my friends are sleeping here, because we didn't think you'd mind, probably. Mother carried me back to my room, zippity quick. Then she leaned close to my ear, and she talked very scary with her teeth closed. Do not get out of bed one more time, she said. So guess what? I didn't. Chapter 6 is called Flatsos. The next day at school, I was pooped and tired. I opened one eye with my fingers and I drawed a picture for art. It did not turn out that professional. After that, I holded up my head with my hands and I waited for school to be over. Me and that Grace rode home on the bus together. I yawned and yawned. Darn it, Grace, I wish you never even told me that monsters can turn invisible, because now I can't even close my eyes at night. I can, said that Grace. That's because I don't have a monster under my bed anymore. My mom figured out how to get rid of it. My eyes got big and wide. How, Grace? How did she do that? Easy, said that Grace. First, she sucked it up in the vacuum cleaner, and then she put the vacuum cleaner bag in the trash compactor, and she squished that monster into a flatso. Just then I hugged and hugged that girl, because that was brilliant, of course. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Thank you, because I have a vacuum cleaner right in my very own home, and so I can do that too, probably. After I got off my bus, I zoomed to my house speedy fast. Grandma Miller, Grandma Miller, I know how to get rid of the monster, I hollered. Then I run to the closet and got Mother's vacuum cleaner, and I pulled that big thing all the way to my room. Grandma Miller came to my door. I told her all about how to get rid of the monster. And guess what? She was a good sport about it. First, she plugged the vacuum cleaner right into my wall, and then she put it under the bed. She sucked the monster right out of there. Hooray, hooray, you got him. You got the monster, Grandma, I yelled, very thrilled. Do you think that's for real or just pretend? I think Grandma's kind of going along with it to help Junie B. Jones in her mind, just to help her think if there was a monster, it'd be sucked up. There's really no monster. Grandma Miller runned with the bag to the kitchen and she throwed it in the trash can. There, that ought to do the trick, she said, very happy. I looked and looked at the trash, and then I did a teeny frown. Yeah, only here's the problem, Grandma. You didn't actually put the bag in the trash compactor. And so that is what turns the monster into a flatzo. Grandma Miller smiled. Yes, but this house doesn't have a trash compactor, Junie B. Your monster will just have to stay in the vacuum cleaner bag. My frown got bigger. Yeah, but what if he leaks out, Grandma? Then maybe he might float into the air all the way back to my room and he will get under my bed again. Grandma Miller tapped on the counter with her fingers, and then her cheeks filled up with air, and she let it out very slow. Okay, how about this? What if I take it outside? I'll take the bag outside and I'll push it way down in the big garbage can, and then I'll press the lid down really tight so it can't get out. Yeah, but he won't be a flatzo, I said, very whining. Just then, Grandma Miller got frustration in her. She grabbed the vacuum cleaner bag and ran outside. And then she put it on the driveway and she got into her car. And she backed up over that thing with her tires. Pretty soon she came back in the house and she brushed her hands together. There. Now he's a flatzo, she said kind of growly. After she left, I got on the couch and I stared very nervous at the driveway. Because guess why? A car is not a trash compactor. That's why. So that's the end of this video, but we're going to finish this story in our next video when we read chapter 7 and 8. Chapter 7 is called Snarlies and Snufflies. That will be an interesting chapter, I think. So I hope you join me for our next story time. Until then, have a great day.